U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Culpepper going to throw it right away.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, On offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On second down, it's Green, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Culpepper. And this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Let's go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run on first down. Green. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Now Crosby for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's roll. Oh, let's turn it up. It's showtime, baby. Let's go do this thing, baby. To the whistle. Let's go. They can't beat us straight up. It's game time. Oh, let's turn it up. Every day, let's do what we do. Every day. Who got him now? It's a young thing, baby. Come on, baby. What's the deal, y'all? You ready to rock? Just get it up. Get it going, baby. Leave it all right. Bring it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get that one to Carter complete.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
I know you hype. Let's go. Let's pray.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. It's his target. It's Adrian Peterson.
Finding room at midfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Oh, you know what's coming. You know what's coming.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
To the 27-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 17-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings are back within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And it's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
2nd down and 3.
Up the middle they go. Green. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Rodgers. He's got Green. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Green. And some room to work. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Let's go, man.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And some room to roam now. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They run over center with Peterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. It's caught here by Adams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and his throw is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, it's Green. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Cobb to return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now the Packers get set to go. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And caught right side. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the 2nd half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's a great defender. Everson Griffin making a great defensive play there for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And it's complete to Adams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers got a man right side. It's Sharp.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
On third down, it's Green. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on first down. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On second and goal, Rodgers.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown from 8 yards out.
And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go. Get him. Let's get him, man. Come on, baby. Get him up. That's right. Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the house. It's about pay attention. Pay attention. I got my carpet rolled out for you. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Come on with it, man. Get ready. Start fast. Start early.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. Finding Green complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 38, Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Green, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. He'll get that one to Carter, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. Takes it to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Culpepper. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Green. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green, and he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 22. 74 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, there was nothing open down the field, so give him credit for his patience and not forcing it. Showed a lot of confidence in his big man to just swing it out to the fullback, and they got some good yardage out of it.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. To throw is Rodgers. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends at a touchdown, fantastic.
It's showtime, baby. Let's go, fellas. This is your game, baby. Let's be smart. They can't stop. That's smart, baby. You gotta have it. All day, baby. Let's get some love. Get it, fella. Let's rock and roll. Get it, baby. Show them what you got.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking to throw on second down. Culpepper. He finds his man. Complete. That's Moss. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
On second down, Culpepper. He finds his man. Complete. That's Moss.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man. Complete. That's Moss. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down now, it's Green, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Packers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.